Yo, what's up? Want to make this video real quick. I want to talk a little bit more about the Bullet Club, and the rumors of them coming to WWE, and a little bit about Sting being inducted into WWE's Hall of Fame. Um, First, the Bullet Club. I kind of glazed over it a little bit in my last video. I want to talk a little bit more in detail about this. The Bullet Club, arguably the most popular wrestling faction outside of WWE and on the independent scene over the last several years or couple of years. Um, excuse me, no doubt about that. Um, Everyone knows WWE signed, or as we know, WWE have probably inked a deal with AJ Styles, Nakamura, Carl Anderson, and Doc Gallows. Um, and I even heard that they even bought the rights or the trademark rights to the name Bullet Club from New Japan. Now, where does that leave the other, you know, 80% of the members of the Bullet Club? um, I don't know. Where does that leave them? Do they reform a new name or something? I don't know. Um, but as we do know, they're coming to WWE. Now, the question is, will the Bullet Club come to NXT or will they come to the main roster? That's the big question. Um, I kind of see positives and negatives to both. Um, Start with the main roster. You look at the landscape of WWE right now. A lot of their, excuse me, talent is really are out on injury. You know, out on injury, and they don't really have like a lot of top heels. When I looked at Raw last night and they had that one versus all match against Roman Reigns, literally all you had was a New Day, two fourths of the League of Nations, the Wyatt family, I'm trying to think, and Kevin Owens. I looked at that right there and I'm like, these are literally all your top heels. I'm probably missing two other people, maybe. Yeah, I think Tyler Breeze was in there as well. But the point is that I'm looking at those 12 wrestlers. And I'm like, these are your top heels right now in the company. Like, that's it, literally. There are other heels, but they're all like jobbers. But these 12 here, like, they're top heels. And I'm like, this is pretty darn sad. They need some more heels. Now, knowing WWE, they're on the main roster. Uh, AJ Styles, I don't know if they would insert, to a main event title picture. If anything, I see AJ Styles, especially considering his age right now, even though he's phenomenal. They might keep AJ at like a upper mid card level guy. Two, I never trust WWE when it comes to Japanese wrestlers. I never do. So Nakamura kind of scares me. And some people say, well, look at Hideo Itami and Asuka. Here's the thing with those guys. They're in NXT, which is owned by Triple H. And Triple H even said it himself that a lot of things that go onto the main roster is not his call. It's Vince McMahon's. And I even fear the day that they even get called up to the main roster. I just don't trust Vince McMahon in handling Japanese wrestlers. I just don't, regardless how super talented they may be. I don't trust Vince over that. Carl Anderson, Doc Gallows, they are a great tag team. They make a great tag team together. Um, but again, it's like if you look at the tag team division right now, they kind of have some teams, but they really aren't doing anything. It's like New Day aren't defending any titles. It's just New Day, and then once the Usos get a title shot, probably, and they win, then the main focus will be on the Usos, and every other tag team will be irrelevant at that point. And I like the Usos, but I'm saying that's how it's going to be. So with the main roster, it could create some buzz, but having the Bullet Club, but at the end of the day, it may be kind of crappy. Because let's face it, WWE doing any type of invasion storyline or whatever, they always flop. I think it'd be cool, quite frankly, if you have the Bullet Club and be like, we've dominated Japan, have taken over Japan, and all the other, around the world wrestling companies. We're here to take over WWE. That'd be an awesome storyline. But WWE, again, like I said, they have a knack for turning invasion angles into shit angles. Now, having the Bullet Club at NXT, I think, will be much more beneficial. Now, you take that same idea of, the Bullet Club being an outsiding invasion faction, almost kind of like an NWO or an outsider kind of like angle that they could play. I think that'd be super beneficial and super over in NXT because NXT is the crowd that watches everything other than WWE, so they know all these guys, they're familiar with these guys. B, you have Finn Balor, who was a former member of the Bullet Club, so you got the history there. Three, we've never really had like a faction formed or a takeover, so to speak, in NXT. That'll be a huge storyline and angle that they could get over in NXT if they bring in all the members of the Bullet Club and form them with Finn Balor. Maybe, I don't know, they could turn Finn Balor heel or something. That would be dope. Or even throw in a Samoa Joe with the Bullet Club. I think that'd be cool. He's already like their top heel. Flip him and turn him and put him in the group with AJ Styles in the game. That'd be really awesome. So I think, thinking about it long term, if they having the Bullet Club under the WWE banner is cool and all, but you have to think realistically. I'm not too really trusting with them on the main roster. NXT, I think it'd be a much better fit and probably better if they did like an invasion angle on the NXT brand because it'd be fresh and new for that brand, some type of invasion angle, and they could really play out like an outsider kind of like thing. I think that'd be super awesome on NXT. It'd be nice to see in WWE, but again, I don't trust their booking style when it comes to invasion angles. Sting, really quickly. Sting was the first inductee announced for the Hall of Fame. Happy for Sting, but I can't help but feel just a tad bit bittersweet is because it's like when I look at Sting's final run, in wrestling ever, being with WWE in particular, it's been nothing but better. Um, Awesome to see Sting when he made his first debut at Survivor Series. Awesome to see him at WrestleMania, but to see him lose at WrestleMania and then come right back around and then lose a title match after that, it was just like this dude is a sore loser since becoming the WWE. Yes, he may be Sting's career far exceeds what he's done in WWE. Um, so I don't think his legacy or anything is tarnished by what they've done with him in WWE. His legacy, I don't think, is tarnished or anything like that because Sting's career far exceeds what he's done in WWE or his brief period in WWE. But it's just like they've booked him horribly wrong. And Sting was probably the biggest disappointment for me coming out of last year from WWE. It's just how they've mismanaged and misbooked him improperly. And then to come back, but we're going to put you in the Hall of Fame. It's like, I'm happy, but it just would have been better if he was used properly and if Sting was used much better than what they've used him as. And then you get into the Hall of Fame. Glad he's in the Hall of Fame, but it's like seeing him one last time, possibly wrestling, which I probably can confirm now since he had the neck surgery and he's unsure himself if he's going to wrestle ever. It's bittersweet. It is. You guys let me know what you think about Sting being inducted to the Hall of Fame. What do you think about the Bullet Club? Do you think they should go to the main roster right away, Raw, once they ink the deal, or should they do something in NXT? Let me know what you guys think in the box below. Comment, subscribe. Peace.